Hello, Keith Rucker at VintageMachinery.org. Well, guys, in the last episode here on the Monarch Lathe restoration, we got the nice Acme threads put through this bronze block to make a new nut for my cross slide, but we need to finish it up. The original has got some slots here milled in the top where this fits down in a piece. It's also got two holes. One's an alignment pin and one is a tapped half-inch where it holds it up onto the cross slide piece itself. So let me zoom you in here and kind of show you what we got to do, and we're going to go over to the milling machine, get this job done. So we're over on the milling machine now, back at my shop, and we're going to cut this little notch. It needs to be 700 thousandths across the top, 450 thousandths deep. I've already found the center of this, got my end mill moved over. I'm going to go about 10 thousandths wide on each side. I'll get a measurement and we'll clean it up in the final pass once we get down to our depth. I've got the top marked. I got my DRO set so I can dial in on my depth. So let's cut it out of there. We're going to go about 50 thousandths deep here, and we'll just cut across here. And we'll just eat our way out of there. All right, this should be the last pass on this side. We'll run around the other side and start on it. All right, this should be the last pass. I'm taking a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off the back. And we'll go to the other side and do the same thing, and we should be to our final dimension here. I'm just gonna go back across it and smooth it up. All right, now using my DRO, I'm going to go to the back side. I need to take about 10 thou off of that face plate there. And you dial it in right where it needs to be. All right, should be able to just come right down that side. All right, guys, that should be it. So I got a couple of holes we need to drill in the top. The first one is a drilled and tapped 1/2 inch 13. The back one is a 7/16 inch hole that a pin just goes down into for alignment. So first one we're going to drill 27/64, which is the hole size for a 1/2 inch 13, and it needs to be 650 thousandths from the edge. I've already found my edge using an edge finder here, and we will start by just putting a little spot there where that drill bit's going to go in. And let me get my drill bit on here. This hole needs to be a 1/2 inch deep. So I'm going to just kind of get it started. And I'm just going to raise the knee up a 1/2 inch using the digital readout so I can go a nice depth and keep track of it. I don't have any way to read the depth going down with the quill, so we'll just do it this way. 100th thou, 200, 300, 400, and there's 500 right there. That's 1/2 inch deep. And take this out. Go ahead and countersink that. I put a pretty good countersink on it, so if we're going to run a tap down through there. As long as I'm lined up on this hole, I'm going to go ahead and run my tap down through there. I've got a tap follower, little spring-loaded tap follower in here. We'll just keep everything lined up. And that's pretty much the depth of that one. I am going to go ahead and pull this one out, and we're going to run a bottom tap down through there since this is such a shallow hole. And we want to make sure we got threads down to the bottom. So let me swap my tap out. Clean these chips out. In case you don't know, a bottoming tap is basically just like a regular tap, except it has threads all the way down to the bottom. So you need to start your hole with a starting tap that's tapered. And then if you're going into a hole like this, you can run the bottoming tap down through there, and that will cut threads clean through to the bottom of the hole. And that feels like the bottom. Okay. Catching you up here from where we are, I needed to drill that second hole, which is just for alignment. This is 7/16, or will be. And it was 15/16 from the other hole. So I dialed that over with a digital readout. We drilled that a 1/2 inch deep. I drilled it 27/64, which is a size under 7/16, and we're going to use a reamer here to go down in there. That reamer's walking around a little bit, but it should true up when it gets down there. There we go. That should be right on size. And with that, I believe we have our nut done. So there we go, one new bronze nut for my cross slide. It's going to mount right up under the bottom here. We got a socket cap screw that goes in here. And then this little pin, we actually made this pin in a previous video. That's just strictly for alignment. I'm just going to go ahead and run that down in there, and then we can tighten that one up, and it should be properly aligned. All right, we're going to go ahead and start putting this back together, get our nut put back in, and get all this reassembled. So we got this bar here. This basically attaches over to the taper attachment, and we're going to go ahead and get it kind of positioned in. So my nut here that we made, of course, this is going to be captured in there. It's going to slide underneath it. So we got that installed. I'm going to flip this over, and we will go ahead and bolt this together. Got a little socket cap screw in there that holds that nut that we made in place. And again, it will freely slide. Now the next part is there's a hole here for a nut to go through, or bolt to go through. And on the bottom side again, there's a place here where we got a little clamp. And this is for when you engage the taper attachment. You want it to be operating off the taper attachment. And so the lead screw, you just tighten this up. So basically right there, we'll just put that through. And I'm going to leave it loose for right now. But that can be tightened up when the time comes. So that is all positioned back in place, and with that we can go ahead and put our lead screw in. Now right here there's an assembly that will mount in here, and I'm purposely leaving this out right now. I've got a little issue I got to deal with in here. There's 2 thrust bearings, and my thrust bearings need to be replaced, and the problem I've got is I can't find that thrust bearing. It's I think an obsolete part. It's a nice NICE 602 and a half. According to the current catalogs, they make a 602 and a 602 and 3/4, but I don't see a half anymore. So I'm going to call Monarch and see if I can source that part at some point in time. But for right now, I just want to go ahead and get this kind of back on. We can deal with this later on easy enough. So that's kind of reassembled. So I'm going to go ahead now, go over to the lathe and slide it back in place. I've got my cross slide here all oiled up, and we should be ready to slide all this on. Gotta get my dovetail and everything lined up in there. Here we go. All right. That feels good. That feels good. And this will line up better once I get the handle on the end. It's just catching on the inside, but it's sliding very nicely here, so I think we're good to go. All right, so let's get our handle and ready to all that put back in here as well. And I believe we're ready to put the dial back on here now. So this is a splined shaft, and it looks like we got it lined up there. Goes in like such. We got a couple of socket cap screws here that'll line up in there and hold that in place. All right, I think that's got that. I think we got this back together now. Everything looks like it's working like it should, but there are a couple things we still need to get done before the cross slide is going to actually move. I showed you before I got that little block that goes in here that has the 2 thrust bearings in it that attach to the back side of this lead screw. And before this is going to move, I've got to get that put back together. And I've got to find some new thrust bearings. So I'm going to call Monarch on Monday, see if I can order some from them. If not, then we'll have to go to Plan B and come up with another way to maybe adapt a different bearing to make it work in there. I may have to redesign that block to do that. We'll see. The other thing I've got is down here on this end, my graduated dial is just kind of spinning on here, and there's a little set screw that goes right here. It's actually a thumb screw where you can reset your zero and just tighten this up, and I need to come up with a new one there. That was missing when I got this machine, so I'll need to see if I can find a thumb screw, or again maybe have to make a part to fix that. But looks like we're coming along with this. Once this is all working, the next thing, of course, is to get the compound on here. And that's got to be scraped in, and I'm hoping to start on that this weekend, get that going. And once that's on here, we should be able to make some chips with this lathe, finally. I do still need to get the taper attachment all put back on there, but I can at least try the machine out before I get that on there. We can work on the taper attachment a little bit later on. But we're getting in the short rows, guys. This project's coming along. There you go. That's going to be a wrap, guys. Got our nut all finished up. We got it milled out, got it installed back on the lathe. And yes, I still got a little bit more work to do to get it totally 100% finished, but we're mostly there. So anyway, making progress, getting a little bit closer to the end goal. Hopefully going to be making some chips on this machine soon. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, leave me some comments if you like what you see. Leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. And we'll catch you next time around. Thanks for watching.